I'm gonna say the N-word. Nick!
Hello everyone, welcome to the third episode of the ixcast, and once again I am Spencer, joined by Mezz and Church, but this time around we have a very special guest, Teddy here. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. You might have heard the toilet flushing in the background. That's just emblematic of the high quality
He's recording in the shower
around here.
Oh yeah. So Teddy, what do you do? How's your week been? Or
What's your
really
social security number?
My social security number is 4.
Okay. All right.
4. And my week's been
Okay.
pretty fine. I went and saw the new Dragon Ball Super Broly movie.
Hell yeah.
It was dope as hell. There were lots of fights and screaming. And
That sounds
Also,
like
the
a normal
movie-
Tuesday night for me.
also, the movie was good. It's classic comedy.
Do you do weddings?
I do. I am, as Spencer is, we're reverends in the Universal Life Church. So we are
Yeah,
allowed
that
conduct
that
weddings.
registration actually does, like, you're still registered even if you did it back in. I did it 5 years ago, I believe,
Holy shit.
and like it just holds. Like you don't have to renew it or anything.
Yeah, it's nice.
How convenient.
So we can just conduct weddings, and you just need to know the right words.
Yeah. It's yeah, so you can do that. It's pretty
So
sweet.
it's literally easier than becoming a wizard.
Yes.
Wow.
So Mez, what'd you do?
Well, I did, the normal. I went to school. I fell on my ass at my job because the parking lot is just pure ice. And one day when I came home, I matched with a girl on Tinder. And,
Oh no. Oh no.
And this was
You
in
were
her
talking
bio.
about this. Yeah, you were talking about this.
Let me
like, the other
find
day.
the exact photo real quick, and so I can quote it directly from her. So she seems pretty normal, and what I do on Tinder is I kind of just swipe right indiscriminately, and her first picture is her with a small child, and her bio is, I'm looking for someone to talk to and possibly start something. I'm pretty experienced in a lot of things, and my major is elementary education. Smiling emoji. The first picture of my son, but unfortunately, his father killed him at 3 weeks old.
What the
This
Yeah.
is on her Tinder bio, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, really? And then I go on her Instagram, and she's got like dates for which her kid was born and when her kid died. And then I was like, I'm gonna Google her name, and I did, and there is a funeral registry for the kid. And the article for the father who killed the kid, like it was just insane finding all this. It gave me like fucking whiplash discovering all this. Like, she wasn't joking. And the bigger issue I have with this is, you don't just put this on Tinder. This happened like less than 6 months ago, and she's on Tinder and she's like, yeah, the first pictures of me and my dead kid. What you gonna do about it?
It's a very strange.
I
guess it's a coping mechanism.
It's good
or
to be
something.
upfront. It's good
I
to be
mean, it's
honest.
good to
Yeah, I
be
mean-
upfront, but I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like that's a second date thing, like after drinks, you're
The
like,
sec-
hey,
yeah,
by
that's
the
a
way, you
second
have any
date.
deep, dark secrets? Mine is my former boyfriend, who is the father of my child, killed him by throwing him against the wall too many times.
Oh my
It-
god.
it's very messed up.
It was
horrible.
it was so fucked up.
It's an insane
Did you-
And I'm just,
random find.
I was tempted to message her, but I was like,
Did you
know
smash?
what? No.
Did you put something in the registry?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's me, Mez from Tinder. Sorry to hear about your kid.
Oh no.
Picture
Church, what'd you do, Church? What'd you do this week?
As I said, I taught middle school. And as I taught middle school, we had multiple snow days. So
Lucky.
I was at home a lot of the time. all of a sudden, I'm extremely loud.
It's okay.
And incredibly
Okay.
close.
Yeah, so I had a snow day, basically.
And
And
then
that's
yeah,
pretty much all that happened.
yeah, and then we went to our friend's house yesterday night. Actually,
Yeah.
Church and I did.
You were
And you
very
guys
drunk.
committed hate crimes.
We did not do that. We played some VR. That was my first actual like real experience with VR.
It was super
How
fun.
about,
Wow.
how about you, Church?
I've just done stuff with VR before.
Spencer, you've
Yeah.
played VR with me.
No, I know. I'm just saying like I've
You
never
son
played
of a
like
bitch.
a big old game in there. I played some Beat Saber,
Beat
Saber's
Saber
super
looks
fun.
cool.
played Super Hot. Or I didn't play Super Hot, Church did.
I like Super Hot.
Yeah,
I
that's
got
a fun
heated.
game. And then played Subnautica, which I have a very real phobia of the ocean. And so like you immediately are like in the you're like in your pod and you go up the ladder and then you're just standing on top of your thing floating in the middle of the ocean, and I was just like looking at the surface of the water all the way around, and I was like freaking out. Like crumbling under my own anxiety. And then like I eventually just like move forward on the left stick and hop in and just start sinking slowly to the
God, that
bottom,
sounds
and I'm like
terrifying.
oh god. But you get used to it really fast, I guess. For me, like I got used to it really fast and there wasn't really anything that scary. But like you can, obviously swim wherever you want. It was creative mode, so there was nothing that was gonna like harm me, and there was like no like oxygen stuff, like restrictions or anything like that. So I ended up going like pretty far down, and the reason why I stopped is because there was this very loud like groaning noise in like the side of my ear, and I turned around and there was like this big like alien looking swordfish looking fish, and I got scared and I took off the headset.
You went.
Yeah,
"Oh!"
I played a VR game as well that did. It was like VR Worlds or something, and it was also in the ocean, and like you went down to like a crashed ship, and there was a shark that came, and
Oh god.
could not handle it. I was so,
Yeah.
There's like a video of me like crying playing it.
Yeah, I just crumble up and I'm just like, God, please no, and I get in the fetal position. What was the speaking of things that are like kind of like immersive, I guess. Have you guys gone to any escape rooms or anything like that?
Oh, that is something my family does every vacation.
Really?
We destroy them. Like, we are so good at them.
Which ones have you gone to?
Okay, well, our first one ever was up in Canada, and it's arguably one of the best ones that we've been to. I think it's just called Escape Rooms Niagara. They've got 2 rooms, maybe 3, but they are very, very well done. And my God, it was one of the better experiences we've had. Because you know how like most escape rooms now, it's like franchised and they're all the same?
Yeah.
These ones were super fucking unique and utilized a lot of like technology and other like cool stuff. Like you start out and you're like handcuffed to like a pipe.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And like like the first room that we were in, like we're all just kind of handcuffed, and they're like, okay, we need to make sure somebody's here, and here, like evenly spread out. Because what you're supposed to do is like you find this little magnet thing, and then you're supposed to like get the key through like the pipe with using like the magnet. It was really fucking cool.
That is cool.
But it took us a while to figure out how to do that. It took us like 5 minutes, and my dad was like, I swear to God, if I'm chained to this fucking pipe for the next hour, one of you is dying. He gets
Teddy,
a little
didn't,
intense.
Teddy, didn't you do something? I forget where it was, but I remember you wrote into another
Yes.
podcast about it.
I studied abroad in China, and we spent a week in Shanghai, a few friends of mine, and we found an escape room called PT.
Oh,
Like the PT?
Yes.
Oh, Hideo Kojima.
And it was a hallway, and there were 2
Oh.
doors on your left, and there were little portraits, little paintings on the right, and they were like eyes that would move around. And then
That's so cool.
you go
That
through the
sounds
hallway.
really cool.
You go through the door at the end of the hallway. Yeah, there's like a little room with a computer, and you type and you talk to some girl that died. And then you go through the door, and you're back at the start of the first hallway.
That's so cool. How'd they do that?
So I was thinking about how they were kind of how they figured it out. And it was a hallway, and there were two doors, and the second door would always open.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you would go through the hallway, you'd go through the door, and then you go back. The same hallway is next to it.
Okay.
So the second door is the first door on the other side.
Oh, I see.
And they look the same, so it just seems like you're really just going in a circle.
Right. It's two identical rooms, but they just like do it on purpose. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I get it.
Okay, yeah, I think I get it.
That's really
wild.
cool.
Nice.
Has anyone ever made the Resident Evil escape room? Like
Yes.
The original mansion. Is that a thing?
I think the same guys also did a Metal Gear one.
Oh.
But it's in Japan. But it like the Metal Gear one, I watched a video on it. It plays almost exactly like a Metal Gear game.
That's cool.
Like you can hold up enemies. They go into like an alert phase. You can peek around corners and they don't technically quote unquote see you. But like
Yeah.
if you expose your body, it's really cool.
There's like these like rules that they kind of put in.
Yeah,
place.
it's basically like making them artificial intelligence. And I feel so bad for these employees because apparently they just do the same route over and over and over again while you're in there.
Yeah, it's really immersive for them too.
Yeah, it's super immersive. Shadow Moses ain't got nothing on that.
Yeah.
But I think they had done a Resident Evil escape room. I can Google it real
There's
quick.
a Raccoon City experience in
Ah.
Japan. I remember it's basically RE2. I don't know about an original RE1.
That sounds cool. Anyways.
Yeah, Kotaku did an article back in 2017.
I did one in Chicago and one here. And the one I did in Chicago, I did like with my brothers and I did one with my brothers and one with my stepsisters, and then I did one here with my whole family, including my 7-year-old sister.
Oh boy.
And that was it took way longer than it needed to. Is basically all
What
I need
was
to say
the
about that.
what was the time limit?
About an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the place that I internshipped had an escape room the last year that I was there, and
Yeah?
I never actually did it, but they had an escape room like in the facility.
What?
It was really weird. It was.
I thought your internship was like corporate type thing.
I mean, you can have chains, but there's also a lot of people that just like make a small business, get a loan, and like just do it themselves to make money. Like that's what a lot of escape rooms are that are not high quality. Is this just like random shack?
Well, I will tell you what
convert it
though,
into-
that first one in Niagara Falls, it was insanely good. Like the quality was beyond anything that we've done since.
Yeah.
Like they had a thing where like you would turn two keys and then like part of the wall would like slide up. It was super cool. And then it was like a whole nother room. Like these were intricate. Like it was so cool. It wasn't like, oh, you're in like two rooms and like there's like
3 puzzles or something.
Yeah. It wasn't like that. This was like super cool and like really inventive.
Like actually adventuring room.
Like
kind of
there
thing.
was a light puzzle.
A light puzzle.
Yeah, like you could turn out the lights in the room and that you had like a little light source thing and there was like a bunch of pipes. And you know how in like games they'll like do that where if you like look at a certain angle it'll spell out a word. Well, if you could angle the light in a certain way, the pipes would reveal like a word. And that was like one of the passcodes and it was super cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I did one that was like, it was like astrological signs and like this guy was studying them and stuff. It was whatever. It was kind of boring. But then the bookcase opened and there was a giant safe door and we had to figure out the puzzle of that. We opened that up and there's a room full of laser lights moving across. And there were in each corner there was like a console and we had to like select the different color to match up, and we realized we needed 2 people to cross the room, and so they had to like Mission Impossible through the laser
Oh, that's
light.
cool.
That's so cool.
It was sick as hell.
What happens if you get hit by the beam, though?
I don't know. We didn't
You
get
die.
hit. but-
You just instantly die.
I think
One of
it's
the
like the
employees comes in
Resident
and
Evil
shoots
movie.
you.
Yeah, it's like the Resident Evil 4 room. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Or the Resident Evil cinematic experience, the movie.
Yeah,
Hmm?
the bad one. Oh yeah, we watched that. Did you ever end up watching that third animated Resident Evil movie?
No, I did not.
Damn it.
I saw a thing on YouTube where it's like Leon and Chris kicking ass.
Yeah,
and it's
dude.
like all the cool scenes
That's
from
in
it.
the- that's
You
in the
showed
third
me
one.
you showed me like one of the scenes where like Leon's doing a bunch of like gun fu or whatever he does.
Gun kata.
Yeah, gun kata, the weird made up CQC thing that he
Yeah,
does.
it's not real. I'm pretty sure.
and
But,
and I really want to see that now because it looks really
Yeah,
cool.
that third
Even though
movie is,
I've probably seen all the good scenes from it now.
Yeah, that third movie is legitimately good.
It's only like 3 minutes too.
The first movie is like okay. It's better if you like know, I guess, more about RE2, I guess, because like the ending of the first movie is a lot like the how RE2 pans out, I guess. But the second movie that me and Teddy watched, that movie is just pure ass. I do not like that movie. We were so bored watching that movie.
That was.
Oh, it's
very
not
boring.
even like laughably bad. It's just kind
It
of
was
like
it was just
"Ugh."
like it was a lot more talking with random characters that no one cared about. Like it was Leon in like some European country. I don't
Vague
remember where
Europe.
it was. Fake Europe, yeah. And
vague.
and
Europe.
he was like teaming up with like these Russian like soldier guys, but like the Russian soldier guys weren't like these cool guys. They were just like some random Slav bozos that aren't interesting, and like it's making it so that we're supposed to care about them, but no one does. And the only cool thing about it is the last 10 minutes. So you have to chug through an hour and 30 minutes just to watch 10 minutes of okay, cool footage.
I recommend literally chugging through the first.
Yeah, literally chugging any alcoholic beverage through the first hour and 30 minutes.
Oh boy.
But yeah, the third movie though, that movie is, like I said, legitimately good. I would recommend that to anyone.
Cool.
It is called. What is that called? I don't
Resident Sleevel.
remember. I think
Resident
it's called,
Threevil.
I think it's called Vengeance or something like that. I don't remember what it's called.
They really missed out
Resident
on
Gear Rising.
not calling it Resident Threevil.
How many video games have been adapted to movies?
Okay, well we have
Far too
Doom.
many.
We Tron is no.
Tron
I
came
would-
first. Movie came
Tron,
first.
Tron, yeah.
Yeah.
Pixels.
No, don't.
Pixels counts.
Pixels
Damn it.
counts.
Pixels does not
Um,
count.
The Resident Evil movies,
Lara Croft Tomb Raider,
the Silent Hill movies,
Silent Hill,
Mortal Kombat,
Mortal Kombat. So that's
Street
5
Fighter.
already.
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter,
the Mario Bros,
Mario Bros.
Doom.
Oh, yeah,
I already
Doom.
counted Doom.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
We're at 8 now.
We're at too many. Well, counting the Resident Evil movies, there's 7 of those.
Well, I
so
just count that as a franchise.
fair. What else?
Ooh,
Do we
get
count,
ready
like,
for
even
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh
God.
no. Do we count like animations that were made off of games? Because like
I think
Devil May
we-
Cry, Mega Man.
Well, Devil May Cry, the anime is good.
Kirby, Sonic.
I mean,
You know,
yeah,
there's a
Sonic
lot
as
if you
whole.
go off of that. There's a lot of animation.
Well, I
for
mean,
that,
there's
so-
also a lot of like tie-in stuff. I mean, Persona has a whole
Oh yeah,
anime with it.
Persona. Yeah.
But I mean, that's like tie-in.
Danganronpa.
It's not. It's yeah,
There's a
Danganronpa.
Bayonetta anime even.
There
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, Pokemon
Oh.
has a manga.
Yeah. Wait, did
Pokemon-
Pokemon start as a game? I think it
Yeah,
did, right?
Pokemon was a game first, and then it became an anime.
Captain
Digimon.
Falcon.
Digital monsters. Digimon.
I think we're kind of stretching what we were trying
Yeah,
to
we
get
are.
at.
No, no,
there.
we're just.
I was just
Wait,
curious.
was
I just
Digimon a
wanted to know.
game first or a?
Digimon was a game first, yeah. It was a lot like Tamagotchi.
Yu-Gi-Oh was not a card game. It was an anime first, and
Yeah, because
Yugi
Yu-Gi-Oh starts
Yugi was
out,
fucking wild, dude. He
Yu-Gi-Oh
murdered
starts
people.
out with him murdering people.
Yeah,
playing all
and
sorts of
then
different
the
games.
next season they're just kind of like, oh, ha, 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 that didn't
Let's
happen.
just play the cards.
It's just hard the cards, man. Exodia, look at Exodia.
Just ignore that part where he burned a man alive in a
Yeah.
diner. Whoops.
I forgot he did that.
Oh yeah, that's like the best scene from the very beginning.
Yeah.
There's also another one where there's this guy like taking like trying to make Taya or Anzu, like model for him or something like that, and she doesn't want to do that. So like, eventually
Yugi just breaks his arm.
Yugi like wins some mind battle.
It's gambling.
Yeah, he wins some certain battle, and he
there's
ends
that,
up making the guy's eyes a mosaic.
He
Like,
just
as in, like,
he
mosaic
Japanese
censoring.
censor bars.
Yeah.
He just does Japanese censor bars on the guy's eyes.
Yeah, so like his eyes are permanently like that now.
Hey, what's up, 8-bit eyes?
Not much, bro.
I can't see shit. Fucking gambling anime. It always seems like it's gonna be cool, and then it turns out to just be eh.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would
I
say
know
some of it's cool.
Some of it is like Death Parade. I enjoyed.
I have some opinions about that show.
I know you do.
Yeah, I guess we can do that for a second. Death Parade is if you haven't seen it, it's a gambling anime where you have people that died like go to the afterlife and they don't really realize that they're in the afterlife.
It's like purgatory, kind of.
Yeah, so they basically do these very
They play
gruesome-
parlor games.
gruesome parlor games, like the first episode's darts.
Yeah.
But then like through the game, they basically realize, or they like break down mentally. They realize what's happening.
Yeah. It's basically to
like,
pit people against each other.
They have this like they have an amnesia kind of thing where they don't remember how they died or like what happened. Kind of like
we're doing a
waking up from
terrible
dream.
job of explaining this.
It's fine.
Sounds like my kind of anime.
And so like the first episode basically ends with like the man and a couple basically realizing that they died because they died in like around
a
the time
car
that they died.
accident
There
or
was like a bunch
something?
of shit happening where the
Yeah,
wife
they
was
were
like
they were basically
cheating on him,
it.
and they were cheating on each other, and it was just like because of the mental breakdowns and like the realization, like you have some pretty interesting
Oh yeah, it's
character
really cool.
development, and every episode is like that with different people
Yeah.
basically. The only problem that I had with it was that they didn't really. I feel like they could have done a lot more. Is all.
Yeah.
Because in that way, it just seemed a lot very repetitive.
What about
But,
you, Teddy? You got any weird shows that you're passionate about?
We gotta ask him the question that we're gonna ask every guest.
Oh yeah,
no.
we've waited this long.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I was trying to reach and grab my water, but I couldn't. But now I have it.
So Teddy,
So-
what is your hot take?
Give us your controversial opinion. Tell us what minority you hate.
Here's a good one. Batman v Superman is better than probably every Marvel movie, at least 90% of them.
Jesus.
Well, okay, well that's certainly a hot take. I mean,
Ugh.
I don't know that I'd call that a good take, but that's hot.
So let's give the man some time to explain.
Let's unpack this. Yeah. Do tell.
Yeah, go
Let's
for
attack
it.
this.
Okay.
3-on-1 here.
So, when you're making a superhero movie, everybody wants it to be just like the comic, or they want it to be exactly like some storyline in the comic, and like, oh, we've got to see that. But that's just boring. It's boring because it's not anything new, and it's when I go see a movie, I want it to be something new, and I want it to be something like a new take on the character, on these characters that have existed for 70-something years, and they've been reinvented so many times. So the idea that something like totally betrays a character is a lot of times just disingenuous and not fair, because there have been so many interpretations of these characters for so long. And
Okay.
when you go see a Marvel movie, it's you are almost never surprised.
Yeah.
You see it, it happens, and you forget about it the next day. You cannot.
Yeah, I guess I can understand that because I can't even really remember the plot of the last Marvel movie I saw.
Well, would you say you at least enjoyed the movies?
I mean, yeah,
Um,
I know I enjoy the movies just as a brain dead kind of haha
Well, yeah,
explosion.
I didn't read the comics. Like,
Yeah, I don't read.
That's fair to say. Like Teddy,
I just
he
don't
reads
read.
comics all the time. So it's like, of course, he's gonna have this different opinion, which is fine.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah, you've read through, I assume, all the Infinity War shit, right?
Yeah. Well, I
So
haven't
it's
read
like-
the Infinity War stuff on it now, and the original Infinity War comic is, oof, it's
Not
old.
very good. Oh,
It's
oh, no.
old is all I'll say. I don't know.
It's old as balls.
It's hard to
Oh,
read
man.
sometimes. And the Infinity Gauntlet is, I mean, it's a different story. Like, there's the devil and death and all that. So Infinity War was better because it was a little more original.
The devil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Satan himself?
Mephisto.
Oh,
Oh, like Pit Mephisto?
like
Or
Blue
what's
Exorcist?
that guy's name? What's that guy's name from from Star Wars?
Kit
Kit
Fisto.
Fisto.
Kit Fisto.
Kit
It's my drag
What
name.
the fuck, Spencer? Fun fact, Kit Fisto was my brother's favorite Jedi.
I
He's
love
cool.
Kit Fisto.
He's
Kit
cool.
Fisto is pretty cool.
Well, you have that signed or you have that signed.
I
picture
do
of
have
him.
a signed
You have
photo
a signed
by
photo?
the actor.
Holy shit.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Dude, he's green and he's got tentacles, and you know what? He actually, like everyone else in that little fight that goes against the Emperor, they all die like instantly, but Kit Fisto, he holds his own for a little bit. He knows
Exactly.
what he's doing. He's cool.
Yeah. And what's weird is that in the Clone Wars show, they give him a Jamaican accent,
Oh, that's
Oh.
weird.
but I
think
met
the
the
only-
actor. He's a
He
white
doesn't-
dude with blonde dreads.
Oh my God, really?
No.
Yeah.
Do you think that's why they made Kit Fisto look like he does?
Yeah, they put each of his dread into a tentacle.
You're
Wait,
kidding.
really?
Dread, yeah.
That's
He
so
told me.
cool.
My God. George Lucas, if you're out there listening to this, you goddamn madman.
It's
Truly.
Put Jar Jar into everything.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Kitty
I
Fisto
remember.
was my drag queen name.
Kitty Fisto.
Yeah, Kitty
Yeah.
Fisto.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's pretty decent. Yeah.
Where'd you do drag? I remember this. I remember you telling me about this, but I don't remember where you.
Oh,
did
you
it.
legit did drag?
Kind of, not really. It was kind of casual. It was for a charity event.
Oh, I've done that plenty of times.
Can we get
Yeah.
some pictures?
Sure, I can find a picture.
Thank you.
Is this one of
Keep
those
talking,
times
though.
where
Keep
we're
talking,
gonna
though.
we're gonna go back to excuse me. We're gonna go back to mentioning visual media in an audio
Yeah.
format.
I just wanted a picture. I didn't really need to post it
Yeah,
on
we
the
don't-
screen. but-
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. We probably shouldn't do that, anyways.
Yeah, that's
probably.
alright. Yeah, so I did that. That was fun. It was just for like the Relay for Life thing for cancer.
Oh,
Oh,
Well, it was for
you,
it was for healing cancer, not for cancer.
not for giving.
no, it's
people
for
cancer.
causing cancer. Like, by running in that, you were giving people cancer.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Speaking
Going
of
back
cancer
to,
events, no, you do your thing.
yeah,
I was just
go-
gonna tangent off into something stupid.
Going back to the whole hot take of
Yes.
Batman vs Superman is better than 90% of Marvel movies. You somewhat recently had this this discussion with me about Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Mm.
Would you like to go into that?
I have not seen that movie yet, but I kind of want to. But I'm also like, eh.
I liked it,
Um,
but yeah, go on.
So, like, Spider-Man has been interpreted a million different times, different ways.
Real quick, what is your favorite interpretation of Spider-Man?
The Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 2.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's the
Let's
right
fucking
answer.
go.
Yeah.
Didn't Andrew Garfield play a Spider-Man?
Yeah, we don't talk about that. Anyways,
Okay.
I also really like the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon. that was amazing.
I need to watch that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Andrew
know
Garfield?
Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield. Thank you,
president?
Churchy. You're a little bit behind. Andrew Garfield.
The president?
What?
What?
Yeah, in Homecoming.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield came to my homecoming.
He's a president.
Yeah, we voted him class president at homecoming because that's how this
Homecoming
works.
president.
Yeah, he's homecoming president. They had the envelope and they're like, and this year's homecoming president is Andrew Garfield. And then we all split like the Red Sea, and then a spotlight shone on Andrew Garfield, and he looked up.
And then they had another card get handed to the announcer, and they go, okay, and now for our homecoming king, Tobey Maguire.
and then they fought
and
to the death.
And the spotlight goes on to Tobey Maguire in the bar scene in Spider-Man 3. And he rips off his jacket and he turns around.
and then they just square up and throw down to find out who's the better Spider-Man.
Spoiler alert, it's Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
Anyways, Tim,
spoiler
alert. Please go back to your
The
homecoming
20th
story.
president of the United States?
Yeah, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield, the 35th president.
I don't think that's true, is it?
It's
Didn't
the
we
20th.
have a President Garfield?
Yes, that's what he's talking about, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know. Did we? I don't remember. I don't know
I
my
think it's
presidents.
James Garfield.
James Garfield.
Okay.
And
Anyways,
it's the cat.
Huh?
Spider-Man Homecoming features the worst stakes possible, and Peter Parker faces no consequences.
Oh
And
no,
it
Peter
sucks.
Parker's gonna be late for homeroom. What will he do?
No, because he gets in trouble at school, and he stays for like barely any time in detention, and then it's a joke, and then he leaves, and then he doesn't get in trouble from Aunt May for getting in trouble at school. He doesn't get in trouble from like his teachers. Like he still is able to go to homecoming with the person he wants. He's like the girl Liz that he likes. The only things she cares about are the team.
Is getting in them spider cheeks.
Is like the team, the decathlon team, whatever.
yeah.
Oh, man, I didn't know Spider-Man was such a fucking nerd.
And he
That's the
fucking
entire point of his character.
I
He's a
know.
nerd.
He skips out.
Give us
On
a
the
jock
practice.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
He
he skips out
bails.
and no one cares.
And then he comes, and then he bails, and then he comes, and then he bails.
And
they-
that's why Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man's better, because he has consequences. Because if he flips the pizzas, Mr. Aziz will flip.
He gets fired from his
Exactly.
job, and
Yeah.
and Gwen.
Pizza time.
What's her name? MJ.
Gwen
Yeah.
Stefani.
MJ breaks up with him. She fucking hates him. He breaks up with James Franco.
Yeah, James
And
Franco's the blue goblin.
He has this internal conflict with him. Not even external conflict with him because his dad dies. And like Jesus Christ, like
I hear
this
you're a
is so
bit of a
much more.
scientist.
I completely see where Teddy's coming from because there is like just looking
I
at
mean,
like
the whole
my-
pizza time scene did more for cinema than the entirety of Spider-Man: Homecoming.
you haven't
And
seen the
then-
movie.
in the end,
I don't need to. I
the
already
whole
know.
climax is about him saving Tony Stark's stuff. Like, that's all at stake, is the Vulture stealing stuff from Tony Stark, the billionaire. Like,
Isn't that also the plot of Ant-Man?
yeah, they're all the same. They're all the same movie.
Tony
think- I
Stark
think
needs to
that's
get
what
better
he's getting
fucking
at.
locks on his shit.
They're all the same fucking movie, and they suck. And Batman v Superman was trying something else. It fails in some places, but in other places, it's like really trying something new and trying things that are interesting. And there's a lot to unpack from the movie. And if you watch it like more times, you like start to see what it's going for, and it's actually interesting and trying to say something about the characters.
So I can quote you on this by saying Batman v Superman is the Citizen Kane of superhero movies.
Yep.
I've got a friend who's really into like film media and stuff, and my god, if he listens to this, he's gonna be like doing backflips now.
No.
Ah!
Huh?
Teddy, what'd you actually major in? Didn't you major in film?
I did major in film. Yeah.
Oh,
But now
Um,
you're not doing that as a career. What are you doing? Well, sorry, I shouldn't say that. What do you aspire to do with your major?
yeah, you're not doing a fucking job. What are you really doing?
My bad.
Come on,
No,
everybody
that's
knows
fine.
the arts aren't a career.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of trying to figure out what I want to do right now. I'm just
That's
kind of
okay.
working.
You can be a free spirit, Teddy. We love you.
Aw. I love you too.
I'm your mom now.
Fuck
Oh,
the
no.
arts.
Go clean your room.
Okay, Mom. Yeah, I'm just kind of doing a 9 to 5 while I figure out what I want to do, because who knows?
Hell yeah.
What do you want
knows?
to do?
I like to write comic books. They're fun.
Would you like to what would you like to film?
I like comedy and horror, but I'm just so torn down by the world being the worst thing ever. Everything sucks. Everything sucks.
I feel like
And-
I feel like so many people fail at like doing exactly what you would want to do, which is like they fail at like making these good horror comedy or just horror in general. Like there's so many horror movies and it's just half of them are shit. Like 75% of them are shit.
I mean, I think you really just gotta do. If you want to do something creatively, you just gotta do it. You just gotta fail at it for a while, and then eventually you'll be good at it.
Yeah.
Like us with this
how people,
podcast.
that's how people get careers made. They just fail until they're okay.
Somebody please sponsor us.
No.
We'll sell out.
Did you gaming Tumblr? Can you sponsor
Yeah,
us?
Did you gaming? Please sponsor us.
Pornhub,
boy.
please sponsor us.
Piper
Hey.
Perry, please sponsor
Yeah,
us.
please,
Piper Perry.
please come on the
Enter
podcast.
promo
Please.
code BigDickX to get
on your,
20%
on your
off
next
your
visit,
gaming.
yeah. There you go.
Hear an accordion in the background. Is someone playing the Spider-Man
Pizza
2
time.
pizza theme?
Pizza time.
Pizza time.
So I also wanted to talk about something that I think is cool
Let's
that
talk about
Teddy here
girls.
does. You make custom figures.
You
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
Yes.
What all have you made? How many have you made?
I don't know. I don't really keep
track.
track. But I did just do a fun War Machine one.
War Machine, okay.
Yeah, just taking an Iron Man figure and chopping the arm off and replacing it with a giant gun, painted in
Nice.
gray.
And,
Nice.
then you have like all the Sonic ones that you did, right?
Dude, did you make a Sonic
Or no,
shoe?
you only made like 2 or 3 Sonic ones, right?
Yeah, I did the Scourge one
Hell yeah.
where he's green and he has red sunglasses and he's got that leather jacket with fire.
I love Scourge. Even though I know nothing about him, he's so cool.
He's so cool because he's so edgy.
He's just edgy Sonic that isn't Shadow.
Okay, is he more like Espio the Chameleon edgy or like Shadow the Hedgehog edgy?
Scourge is like what, alternate universe Sonic?
Yeah, he's evil
Oh.
Sonic. He's like
So we're
Shadow
talking.
with Sonic's attitude.
Oh,
There you go. Yeah, that's actually the
Oh.
best description of him, I would say.
oh.
And then what is the? It's not. I always ask you this. It's not the emeralds. It's like opals or something. What is it?
Yeah, it's
The Chaos Emeralds aren't even
Anarchy.
emeralds. They're like diamonds.
barrel.
They're crystals.
Yeah.
Anarchy barrel.
They're called barrels.
Yeah,
But they're-
like BERYL.
What?
That's so cool.
Yeah,
But
instead of the
they're-
Chaos
so
Emeralds,
what?
the Anarchy barrel.
That's so
I-
cool.
I,
and then when he goes,
I don't know that I'd call that cool.
when he goes, that's cool. Shut up. When he goes Super Scourge, he turns purple.
Yes.
Turns
sick.
purple.
This is why I like Scourge.
Yes, because he's purple.
It's the
He's
only
purple.
reason.
You are literally the human equivalent of the "What if it was purple?" That's what you are.
I like purple too much. I'm sorry.
I know you do.
It's a good
Like
color.
every single character choice that I've made has to have a purple color skin.
I know.
They've given a lot of characters in Smash and in Smultimate purple.
Schmultimate.
Snake doesn't have a
Snitch.
purple.
Well, he's not allowed.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, he's got red, which is the best color.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
It's like between that and the animal print.
Yeah, the cheetah print.
Yeah, which is actually a really good camo in Metal Gear 3.
What's it do?
It if you can beat Ocelot without like killing him, like you just do the exhaustion strategy or whatever, you get that camo, and basically it prevents you from like your stomach from growling even if you're like at really low stamina.
Dude, what?
What?
Your stomach can growl in Metal Gear 3 if you haven't eaten in enough time, and it will alert nearby guards. And
Is there also a sneeze mechanic?
yes,
Oh my god, you're serious?
you can get a cold and Snake will sneeze and it will alert guards.
That's ridiculous, actually.
It's
Oh my gosh.
it's really good. You'd be surprised how in-depth Metal Gear 3 is, but another side effect of the camo is it makes your aim steady.
Okay.
Because like the lower down your stamina is, the more sway your aim is. But if you have the animal print camo on, it's 100% steady. And
It makes your enemies think you're a cheetah.
Yeah, it actually is a better camouflage for like the mountain area than the camouflage you get in the mountain area. It's crazy.
That's weird.
I've been watching some Dragon Ball lately.
Oh yeah.
I haven't. I have on VHS the episodes where fucking Goku goes like Super Saiyan 4 or whatever.
GT?
He's fighting against Majin Buu and he's like, "Hey,
Oh,
this
that-
is a Super Saiyan, and
Oh,
this
that's
is a
the
Super
third-
Saiyan
that's
gone above a Super Saiyan." And then he's like,
So you
"Hey,"
have that entire thing.
and then he's like, "Hey, Boo, check this out, Super Saiyan 3."
Fun fact, that was the first time that we got, like before that, everybody thought it was just Super Saiyan and then Ascended Super Saiyan. But that was the
It-
first time it was like Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3.
It wasn't like Super Saiyan back in the day like a huge deal, like,
Well, yeah. It was
And-
supposed
and
to
then-
end with Frieza.
and then power escalation became a thing. Power escalation is so fucking
power creep.
Oh god, yeah, whatever.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
if you're watching it, the power creep and all that, it doesn't super matter because, like, if you just take it as a show and you're not thinking about like outside logic of it, it's
Yeah.
just dumb fun. And I think people just get too caught up in the numbers and the math of it all, which is
Well, that's the thing is that, like,
pointless.
at the beginning, it seemed like they were really pushing, oh, they have a scouter, let me check their power level.
Dude,
make
it's
sure that we can beat them."
1006.
And, like, once we keep going and once the scouters, like, and stop being a thing, once they, like, figure out how to repress their power level, it becomes, like, not really a big deal anymore.
Remember
whole
how they
point of
based
the-
their whole power structure on like one guy?
What's that?
Like what was his name? Raditz wasn't his name? Wasn't he like exactly one power level?
No, that was,
those
what was
Dragon Ball
that?
Z abridged. It's like, oh yeah, the
Oops.
Cybermen are equal to one Raditz. That was just a joke in abridged.
Oops.
Ah.
I'm getting my fake knowledge and real knowledge mixed
That's
up.
fine. Abridged is the better version of Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I actually agree with that.
I used to watch a lot of like abridged stuff. Like I would watch like Yu-Gi-Oh abridged. I watched Dragon Ball abridged. And
Watched
and then
Danganronpa abridged. That was
I
pretty fun.
watched a
Oh,
little
yeah, that
bit of
was
that,
funny.
but I need to play Danganronpa.
Yeah, I mean, I've only watched the first series. I don't really have any interest in playing the game though. I don't
the
know
game's
why.
a lot better, though.
I just don't really feel like it.
And you know what? You know what? Here's a hill I will die on. The Osmosis Jones soundtrack defined a generation.
What the hell is in that?
I don't
soundtrack?
know. Let me look it up. It's just a thing that I say. Because
God damn it, Mace.
Osmosis Jones soundtrack. There it is. Okay.
I feel like we were about to talk about something actually worthwhile.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know, probably.
All right. It
I
has
did want to
such-
mention that something that I've been kind of relatively quiet about is that I don't really watch movies
Oh,
at all. Like, I have a really hard time sitting still and watching something for a long period of time. So maybe I see like 1 or 2 movies a year. So like I think every movie you mentioned, like every Spider-Man, every like event, like all those kind of movies. I've seen Ant-Man. I have seen that. All the other stuff I haven't watched before though. I just think it's very interesting hearing people's
Oh.
takes on stuff like this. Just from,
the
like, an outsider
Osmosis
kind of
Jones,
perspective.
The
Well, I would
Osmosis
say-
Jones soundtrack has R. Kelly on it,
amazing.
and I think Michael Jackson, Beyonce.
All right. Anyway,
What the fuck? Beyonce
But-
got in on this?
Yeah, the most recent movie I watched Aquaman.
Kid Rock?
how was that?
Aquaman was amazing.
Really?
Teddy, did you see Aquaman?
I have not seen Aquaman.
It was really good.
I saw Into the Spider-Verse, which I thought was really good.
Ooh,
It's so good.
I need
It
to
is-
see that movie.
Dude, it's good.
I really, really want to see it. I remember seeing the trailer on, I think Pacific Rim, when we saw Pacific Rim 2, there was a trailer for Into the Spider-Verse.
You know what ticked me off the most about my viewing experience, though?
What?
Thank you for giving me validation. That was an unfortunately long pause. Anyway, so me and some friends who were back in town for like winter break, we were gonna go see a movie, and we were all like, "Fuck it, let's go see Into the Spider-Verse." And so we go to like a local movie theater, like that's about 20 minutes away. Like it's a town over. And so we go there, we get there, and we're sitting down, you know, we got our popcorn, we got our sodas, we're all chilling. And we get to a certain point in the movie, like 10 minutes in, maybe 15 minutes in, and it just stops. Like the screen
Oh.
just goes black.
Oh,
And we're just
no.
kind of like, we kind of jokingly like, oh, haha, that's the movie. That's it. And we were making a bunch of jokes like, oh, this is just a super like realistic description of what it's like when the character goes to sleep. 8 hours later, he's going to wake up and the movie will continue. What happened was the people who like run the theater come in and they're like, hey, listen, we're having some issues with this. You're free to stick around and like wait for it to start. If not, we are handing out free readmittance passes that can be used at any time. So you guys can wait or you guys can take off. I wanted to wait and like hold on to the free readmittance pass and not have to waste it on a movie I already paid for, you know?
Yeah.
But then the rest of my friends were like, listen, it's getting a little late. We're all tired. Let's just go get some food and then head home. And I'm like, oh. And then we went to Taco Bell,
Hell yeah.
and it was not great.
So have you used the readmittance pass yet?
We did like a week later to see the movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, just saw the movie again.
Yeah, we ended up actually watching the full movie, and it was good. We got to about the part where it had stopped before, and we all were kind of like looking at each other like, oh my god, I swear to god if it does it again.
Oh,
like
no.
like we were all like paranoid that it was going to stop, and then I think we would have literally screamed in the theater if that happened.
Yeah, that's the thing, like I feel like I never see movies, but when I actually do, it's such a great experience going to a movie theater. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
nowadays when I actually go and see a movie, it's like a movie. We always go like once a year for Christmas.
That's
and like
relatable.
I saw like Sing, which is that like animated movie.
That was something I would not want to see.
That movie is
TBH.
not for me to view. I don't.
Yeah.
That is not a movie. for
Sometimes
my
you
demographic.
gotta make that distinction. You gotta be like, you know what, this wasn't made for me.
It was not the best. It was okay. I liked some of the music at least, so that was a
Yeah,
good
that's
part
what
of it.
that's like the one thing that I would enjoy from it.
And then we saw Coco, which is a really good movie.
I
really
saw that
enjoyed
with my ex, and it was like
That
one of
is
the
a good
last
movie.
movies we saw, and it was really good. And she gave me shit because I teared up at the end.
Well, fuck her. How about that?
I know, right? I
a
think
sad part.
I think afterwards she was also like, "It's okay." I was like tearing up too, but I was like actually like crying a bit.
It's sad.
And she was like, "Were you crying?" And I was like, "No."
Oh,
And she
by
was
the
like-
way, Mezz's ex, if you're listening, fuck you.
I don't know if she will listen, but I do post this on social media that she may be able to see it.
Who cares?
Okay, who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
And then
Fuck it, dude.
Just
and then fuck the, this
pussy boy.
the last
What?
Fuck this pussy boy. Fuck it. And then there's
This
a lot of
last,
bass.
this last Christmas we watched
I gave you my heart,
No, Watson and Holmes.
and then the very next
No.
day you gave it away.
The new Will Ferrell and John C.
I've
Reilly.
I've heard
that is
terrible things
awful.
about that movie.
It's so
my
bad.
dad was gonna try and get us to go see it about the same time, and I was like, listen,
They have an unironic 2 or 3 minute section where Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly have a musical number. It's fucking ass, dude. I thought they were gonna like go into it and like 10 seconds in, Will Ferrell singing like he gets hit by a car or some shit like that, like some
But
stupid
they just
slapstick stuff.
full on.
But no, they just full on go for a musical number.
Oh man.
So stupid. And like something that my dad brought up was like, hey, it really seemed like they know their actors, so they just had them improv in a scene and took the best bits out of it. Quote unquote
Such a
best
bad way
bits.
to make a movie.
Which is yeah, exactly. It's such a bad way to do it.
What about you, Teddy? What's been the worst movie that you've seen in theaters?
Ever?
Ever.
Recently, whichever you want to do.
The Legend of Hercules. It
When
is
did
that?
that come out?
it came out in like 20.
20.
20
Came out in 20.
It's coming out next
20.
year. You're a time traveler.
20
I
minutes.
think it was like
What?
5 or 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And it came out the same year as the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson Hercules movie, but instead it was starring one of the werewolves from Twilight.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Jacob or like
Just
No.
some random guy.
Just
oh.
one of the background
Yo,
werewolves.
real quick, speaking of Twilight, I have two things to say about that movie. Number one, Jasper Hale could fucking get it. And number
don't
two, that baseball scene did more for modern cinema than Citizen Kane did.
Stop, please.
Okay? That baseball scene
we edit that out?
redefined
Can we,
modern cinema.
Let's just cut all that out.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, what was so bad about it, Ted?
So when you go see a Hercules movie, you probably want to see
Huncules.
you want to see Hercules. You want
Yeah.
to see him fighting some mythical creatures. Maybe interacting with some gods. Traveling to some magical places or pieces of Greek myth. Instead, there are no mythical creatures. There are no gods that show up beyond Zeus through. He takes the form of wind as he impregnates his mom.
Oh, okay.
And then they turn him into a Jesus allegory where he is the forsaken Son of God here to remind the Greeks about God's love.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it
What the
sucks.
fuck?
And they
That
even like
sounds-
crucify him basically. It's so bad.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Hey,
I want my money back.
I didn't even mean to do that.
I saw Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel in theaters
Why? Why did you do that?
because I was in 6th grade and my brother was in like 4th grade and some neighbor kids were like gonna go see it. I sat through that whole movie and it's still to this day one of the worst cinema experiences I've had. And I saw Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 on my 18th birthday. Like I saw that movie on my 18th birthday in theaters.
Oh man. I don't know what the worst movie I saw was. I guess it didn't ingrain itself. Oh, it might have been Diary of a Wimpy Kid, like the movie.
Oh yeah,
that
I
was
saw
made off
that
of
in
that.
theaters.
I think it was like, did they make 2 of those?
They made like 3.
I think I saw the second one.
Weren't the later ones like direct to DVD or something?
Yeah,
Probably,
they weren't
yeah.
good.
But I saw one of those, and that was just, I think it was just one of those movies that you just don't talk about. It's just boring, like, there's nothing to say, really. And that concludes the 3rd episode of the ixcast. Thank you guys for joining me. I think it was pretty good this time around.
Yeah, I had a
think-
good time.
Silence.
Silence.
This
Oh,
was
yeah.
awful. This was the worst experience I've ever had, and I got shot.
Teddy, thank you for joining us. Where can people find you?
You want to check out that smoke detector in the background? Like,
No, it's
something
fine.
was beeping.
It's fine. Teddy has to go. There's a fire.
Yeah, he's got a fire in his house.
Oh, people can find me where they find me.
All right.
Oh.
And then, yeah, if you want to
Look
wanna
into your
plug
heart, and you will
your-
find Teddy.
if you want to plug your new podcast as
Yeah,
well.
new podcast, Dumb Nerd Things with Teddy.
Find it on YouTube.
Find it on YouTube. That's what I'll call it. I haven't put it up yet, so.
So I
We'll
need
see.
to just look up in the search bar dumb nerd things, find it on YouTube. That's what I'll call it.
It'll come in. Yeah.
Yes.
And okay.
I think I could just put it, if you get the link up in time, I'll put it in the description or something like that.
Cool, yeah. Link in the description below. Merch in the description.
And then you guys,
Comment, subscribe, hit the bell.
all that shit, yeah.
Smash
And then,
that like button if you love spaghetti.
And then everybody here, everybody knows where to find us.
Yeah, you can find me out back. You know.
Yeah.
Tweet at me to
Buy that
diagnose my
dumpster.
Audacity problems.
What's that?
I'm
Tweet
tired.
at me to diagnose my Audacity problems, please.
Tweet at me to diagnose my undiagnosed mesothelioma.
I think you said that wrong. Thank you guys for
3.
joining us, and I think that's a nice conclusion to this one.
This fucking ending was a mess.
Yes, it was.